So it's the next day. Worthless and Useless are still living up to their names. They're currently more or less dogpiling my poor little angel in this tank. Hopefully it won't have to be like this for another day or so. I'm hoping today I can get them out and put them into their new home. Also forgive the noise. The clothes washer is currently running and there's nothing I can do about it. And of course, here's the tank. It's all properly heated up now. Both filters are running still. I also have one fish in here already. That fish is a red-tailed shark. As you can tell, it's hanging out right here. Its colors are a little bit dim, but it's acting normal. It's found a new little hidey hole right under the filter, so it's acting normal. And plus, it'll also let me know if it's safe to put fish in. Because if he ends up croaking, I'll go like, okay, this thing needs to stay for a little bit more longer. I'm hoping he's not going to die, but I'm not going to risk my fairly pricey angels on this tank. Even though I know I'm pretty much good to go, I just don't want to take the risk. Oh yeah, and also about the glass lid here, I called up Pet Supply Plus, and they're willing to replace this thing for me. So I'm going to get another one and hope for the best. This time I'm actually going to open up in the store to make sure it's good to go before we leave. And here's the tank that originally housed the red-tailed shark. The only fish that are in here now are my two little red eyes and my betta. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to unplug that filter there, and I'm going to do a wire change and gravel vac because when I went to grab him and whatnot, this tank are all nasty. So I've been letting it sit for a little while before I actually do the vacuum. I'm actually going to pull the filter out of the filter and see what comes out of the filter before I do anything else. Looks like the filter caught everything, so that's good. Alright. Oh, just like I thought. I'm also going to be going back to Worlds Underwater again. This time to give them those two juvenile flower horns I own. And I might try and get that one beautiful angel I saw over there, if they still have it. And with that, the tank is now clean. Everyone's re-exploring their new tank because I did rearrange all the plants again. But now they don't have to worry about that stinking red-tailed shark constantly chasing after them. And plus, out of all the little hides, this area right here is the most prevalent for every fish, practically. Though Mr. Betta tends to make this his own little hide area. But they don't have to worry about that red-tailed shark anymore. So, I'm standing here waiting for this tank to dry. My initial plan was to give both the juvenile flower horns that were in this tank to Worlds Underwater, and then just tear this tank down and just store it somewhere. Keep the heater somewhere and whatnot, and rearrange the power system I got to power just this tank right here. So, right here is my smallest of the juveniles. He's gonna go to Worlds Underwater. Here are the two sponge filters that came out of this tank here. I'm still gonna let this tank run for a little bit before I add those. Here's all the other crap that's normally in there, but it's over here. And here is the biggest of my two juveniles. I'm actually going to keep him. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to once I put these guys into this tank here, I'm going to put the juvenile into this tank here, which is a 5.5, which will be more than sufficient to grow him out in, since he is a juvenile flower horn, and flower horns do well in small tanks, even though it totally goes against the norm for big fish. But yeah, I'm going to keep this juvenile because I'm thinking within the next few months I'll be able to really see what he gets. I'll really be able to see what he turns into. and I really can't wait to see what he turns into. I don't even know if it's a boy or girl yet. I just know it will turn into something cool that I want. Well, I got a proper light inside this tank now for the LED. Of course, here it is. It's not an ugly yellow anymore. Pet Supplies Plus was willing to replace the lid that broke. And I got a nice new one and a little strip light from Walmart that easily lights up the whole tank. The red-tailed shark has definitely lost his color, but that is normal. He is in a new environment. So all I gotta do now is get that little piece of plastic piece that goes here, cut out for all the little filters and wires and whatnot. And then this lid is all out. Then this lid will be good to go. Oh yeah, that angel that I had in that video earlier over at Worlds Underwater. I got him. Oop, he's kind of in a mini freak out. So I'm going to start acclimating him to the little 5.5. Oh, here's my new angel. My other two. Well, actually, technically three. The third one's hiding behind there. What I actually saw was pretty interesting is that the female was actually right next to the next to the little small one. But here's my new little angel. Alright, got Fishy in the tank. And I can actually have a real good view of him. Or her, I don't know if it's a boy or girl. And of course the other two are just staying out in the back right here. That is because I decided to start the acclimation process for at least one of my angels. I'm going to acclimate my male into this tank. So I couldn't figure out how to properly add this piece onto the glass. So what I did is I just duct taped it. Duct taped it to the back. I had a little cutouts and whatnot for everything I need. I have a little extra cutout here for a airstone and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to let him sit here for about 30 minutes before I release. You going to help me, Patty? She doesn't know. Patty. 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 Weird, dumb cat. Here's a good size comparison. This one's just a slightly more smaller than my female. Dumb cat. So yeah, this one's absolutely going to go in with these guys. But he's actually around the size of this one right here. That dude just looks mean. Stop it, you jerk. You're only going to be in here for a little bit longer. Then you're going to have a big old tank. Testing out the waters of my male again. He is now in the tank, as you can tell. He's pretty small in comparison to the actual full tank itself. But he seems to be doing just fine. The reason why his fins were clamped the way they were is because he was right next to the filter here. And I have this filter running at full blast. I'm actually going to turn down the rate of that filter once this tank's been sitting for about a month or so. But for right now I have this filter and this filter running at all max. So here is the last goldfish I decided to save for me. He's currently in a 10-gallon, not 10-gallon, but an 8-gallon tote. Fresh water. Literally just got done filling this tank up like 3 minutes ago. Putting water conditioner in there. Putting in the filter that I originally had that was in here. But unfortunately, he is pine coning. So I don't think he's going to make it, unfortunately. Here, buddy. He's not as bad as what I saw on Solid Gold when her golds were pine coning. But I don't think he's going to make it, unfortunately. I mean, he's active and he's eating. That's a good thing, I guess. But pine coning, he's most likely not going to make it. But I decided to put him into this tank here and hope for the best. Well, I decided to add 2 now. And I also got a sponge filter in here. And the other 2 are now in. So far, so good. And the other 2 are now in. So far, so good. Here is the tank with the new replacement light. Looks a lot better. Let's see if we can find anyone. Here's one of my red eyes. I don't know where the other one is. Mr. Betta is most likely hanging out in one of the cups. And that tank looks real nasty. But Betta loves it. And of course these 3 are doing great too. And the known female. She's now currently acclimating. Everyone else seems to be hanging out just fine. And still a little bit of jerkery going on, but everything's doing just fine. I wonder if her eggs are still viable. Looks like my newest one is doing great too. The way he looks is so cool. Or she, I don't know if it's male or female, it just looks cool. Oh yeah, these 2 guys, for right now, they're staying in this tank. Because personally, these 2 are my favorites, and I really don't want to risk them. I've also removed the filter I used to be right here. Mr. Betta has now decided to pop out. He's flaring! As long as he's flaring at the camera, he's very fine. It's actually been a while since I've seen him flare, though. I am planning on adding another sponge filter right here. It's just currently 7:15. My sleep schedule's way screwed up, so I'm a lot more tired than I should be. But I'm just able to have just enough strength left over to get the last angel into the tank, put these files onto my computer, and then just let my computer render out the files at night. It actually only takes about 15 minutes to 30 minutes to actually render out a video like this. But I'll just let the computer sit and do its thing. No, the fins being clamped is a little worrisome for me. But I did just change the water in this tank the day I got them, but if it persists, I'm absolutely gonna do another wire change. And no real change on my flower horn. He's slightly less ickless. He doesn't have as much ick as he did on his tail fin. There's still some ick on his little knot, but he's doing great. He is still one of my more. He is of course my favorite fish I ever bought. Only if my parents could really see this guy on a day-to-day basis, then they'll be able to understand why I wanted this $40 fish. Freaking cool fish. And with that, everyone for now is in the tank. Red tail sharks doesn't know what to do, but he's doing just fine. Everyone else seems to be hanging out. I actually noticed that this one here has its vent down, so that's interesting. I think this one's a male. Of course, there's the other one. I think that's a male too. I could be wrong. Interesting. So 3 males to 1 female. Oh, I pray for you, Miss Miss Angelfish. And also, this tank lights up quite a bit. Though once I actually build some walls to block the light out and actually direct it into the tank, it won't get as light as it is right now. But for a $20 LED light from Walmart, it absolutely does the job for a simple tank light. And of course, those two instantly paired up again like they should. And of course, once the hierarchy is figured out, then everyone will, then the fighting should stop. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that noise is my cat Liz, currently requesting love and affection. Tomorrow I'm going to drain the tank. Well, not drain the tank completely, but I'm going to do a gravel vac because there's crap all over it in this tank. Do a general wipe down on the glass. And then put this guy in there. But that's it for today. I mean, long day for me. Now to edit out this video and upload it when I wake up tomorrow. Can you all stop fighting? And stop fighting over your own reflection. Man, they got a lot of room to grow in.